charge out here, you gotta make a lot of tough decisions. It's probably easier to pretend these animals are just numbers on a spreadsheet. But they're not. They're alive.
If you're immediately reprimanding instead of listening and understanding, if you're offended by people's lived experiences, you're the problem. Oh!
You are the modern woman. You are in your car. Life does not feel quite right. Something is missing. You check the mirror to make sure it's not your meticulously applied makeup. It's not. You look fabulous. You are the modern woman, and you have an urge you can't quite put into words.
You might have made them in a test tube, but they don't know that. They're thinking, I gotta eat, I gotta hunt, I gotta...
Ever since we've had universal suffrage, that is not how it works, and that's by design. Again, if you want to know why progressive era industrialists were pushing feminism, it's because they know we get all the women into universities, right? And then they can be radicalized. We can teach them the history that we want. We can teach them the agenda that we want, and they become very good soldiers. Women are very protective. It's our maternal nature. We want to make sure everyone gets something to eat. We want to make sure everyone has a roof over their head and that people are safe and that things are fair. And the Marxists knew this, like August Bebel and Vladimir Lenin, a lot of the Eastern socialists who were the pioneers of the Marxist revolution, they would openly write about how we need to get young women into university. Because if you get young women into university, you can very effectively radicalize them and they will do almost anything for the cause. The cause becomes their child and they will die for the cause like they would die for the child.
You let the urge run through you. You ask it what it wants. It wants to play peekaboo games, but there is no baby here. You have aborted all of your babies and ghosted all of the men who might have proposed to you because you are the modern woman. You take out your phone. Who is here? Who can I find in the phone to play peekaboo? What do they want to hear? You are the modern woman, so your mind floods with feelings of victimization. Women are victims. Minorities, 93% of the global population, are victims. The phone wants to hear about how much you love victims. And it wants to hear this as if it's the baby you refused to have. You are the modern woman, so you recall a children's song and you change the words to show that you know how bad white people are, and men, and white men. You sing your victimhood nursery rhyme into your phone. You clap your hands. You make ugly faces. You roll your eyes. You hit 'em with the double henpeck bird hand special. The old 1-2. You upload the documentation of your hysterical phantom pregnancy meltdown into the glossy black void. And you wait. Someone likes you. Someone loves you. Someone has paid attention to you. You are the modern woman, and this is the happiest that you will ever be. Modern liberal white women are not okay. This beaver was born in captivity. He has never been in a river, but he's building a dam out of whatever he can find for a river that isn't there. Because beavers build dams, that is what they do. And women nurture children. That is what they do. But they no longer have children, so they are scolding children that aren't there, in front of a camera, for an audience. Sometimes a caged bird will pull out all of its feathers. Captive lions or bears sometimes walk in little circles all day. A bird in a cage has a beak it's not using. It's gotta peck something. A bear in a cage has feet it's not using. It's gotta walk somewhere. And modern women have mother instincts that they're not using. They have to mother something. The beaver made a dam out of SpongeBob because that's the closest thing there was to a stick. The bear walks back and forth because that's the only place there is to walk. And awfuls, affluent white female urban liberals, lecture us like we're babies because we're the only thing in their lives they're allowed to talk down to. Modern women grew up surrounded by images of pathetic men who need to be corrected by the women in their lives, and then they went out into the real world and found that white men were at the bottom of the status hierarchy for some reason. The reason remains a spooky mystery. And just like a beaver is identifying things that you can carry, women are identifying things that deserve. For example, this guy does not need to be spoken to like a special needs child, but some of these guys might, and probably everyone from here down. Baby talk can be activated by low status. Now, there's nothing more low status than a baby. They're totally incompetent, they're helpless, they do nothing but need and they give very little back. But in the absence of a baby, as is so common with modern women, they will automatically find the most baby-like substitute, often in the form of a worthless little dog, because the weakness and littleness reminds the awful of a baby. That's why it's so important for the media to convince the awful that you are worthless and little. This is emotional programming. A woman knows by instinct how to treat someone who is above her in status and someone who is beneath her. The baby instinct goes down towards people or dogs that are powerless, helpless, or misguided, and she treats them like children who deserve equal snacks. And thanks to the media, the awful believes that no one is more misguided than white men, and no one is more deserving than everyone else. This is why they constantly vote for equality.
It's all about control with you. I don't control the Raptors. It's a relationship. It's based on mutual respect. That's why you and I never had a second date.
Hit me, baby, one more time!
I gave you a shot at saying what you have to offer to men, and you said nothing that we value. What happens, the older you ladies get, the more you get set in your ways. Book a session, because I don't want to do this in public, man. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
You cannot handle the goddamn truth. You called my show, and I honored the call and sat here and tried to help you, and you're telling me I'm being mean. Get the fuck out of my phone.